Managing stress with the "Will it matter in 5 years?" Stressful times can be some of the most challenging moments in our lives. As we struggle with difficulties, we often feel overwhelmed, helpless, and angry. However, there are ways to cope with these feelings, and personal experiences can guide us through this process. Based on my own experiences, I want to share an effective method I use to deal with stress and challenges, asking myself, will it matter in 5 years? This simple question provides me with great relief and perspective during stressful moments. Most of the problems that occupy our minds may not be that significant in the long run. When I ask myself this question, I realize that the situation I'm experiencing is temporary, and that in 5 years its impact on my life will likely be minimal. This awareness helps reduce my anger and allows me to assess the situation more calmly. The question, will it matter in 5 years, allows us to objectively evaluate the importance of our problems. Many issues we encounter in our daily lives can create immediate stress and anger, but these problems often lose their impact in the long term. For example, a disagreement at work or disruptions in our daily routine can be distressing in the short term. However, when we consider how significant these events will be in 5 years, we usually find that they are not very important. This perspective plays a crucial role in stress management. Our emotional responses to stressful situations are often immediate and intense. Emotions such as anger, frustration, and fear can overshadow our ability to think rationally. Asking, will it matter in 5 years? Helps us manage our emotional reactions. This question reduces emotional intensity, allowing us to approach the situation more calmly and rationally. Controlling our anger and responding more constructively is highly beneficial for such a perspective shift. Decisions made under stress are often hasty and thoughtless. However, asking ourselves this question positively influences our decision-making process. Instead of taking significant risks or stressing unnecessarily over a situation that won't matter in 5 years, we can make calmer and more rational decisions. This approach yields healthier and more sustainable results in both our personal and professional lives. Finding inner peace and calmness while battling stress and difficulties can be challenging. Knowing that the events in our lives are temporary and will lose their impact over time brings inner peace. This peace enhances our ability to cope with difficulties and allows us to lead a more balanced life. Time is a powerful tool in reducing the impact of stress and challenges. As time passes, most of our current problems lose their importance. Accepting this truth makes it easier for us to cope with stress. Short-term stress and difficulties should not hinder us from achieving our long-term goals. This perspective motivates us towards our goals and helps us overcome obstacles in our path. Stress should not always be perceived as a negative condition. When managed correctly, stress can make us more productive and motivated. The question, will it matter in 5 years, helps us see the positive aspects of stress and evaluate it as an opportunity. This question is an incredibly effective tool for dealing with stress and challenges. Based on my own experiences, I have seen how much of a difference this simple question can make. By applying this method, you too can manage stress and challenges more effectively and maintain your inner peace and calmness. Remember, most of the problems in your life are temporary and will likely be insignificant in 5 years. Now press the period key to continue the text. Emotional control is the ability of an individual to understand, direct, and manage their emotions. This ability is one of the fundamental elements of human existence and plays a significant role in an individual's life. Stress management is the capacity of an individual to remain calm and respond effectively to the difficulties and pressures they encounter. Understanding the role of emotional control in stress management requires delving into the depths of human nature. Human nature is shaped by the complex and multidimensional structure of emotions. According to Aristotle, man is a zoon politikon, a social animal, and emotions are vital for the human being to sustain its existence as a social entity. Emotions guide human interactions with their environment and direct their behaviors. However, this guiding force of emotions can sometimes complicate an individual's life. Plato divided the human soul into three parts: reason, spirit, and appetite. Reason represents logic and rationality, while spirit, thumos, and appetite, epithumia, represent emotional and physical desires. According to Plato, these three parts of the soul must be in balance. Otherwise, the individual experiences internal conflict. Emotional control means keeping these three parts of the soul in balance and managing emotions under the guidance of reason. Existentialist philosophers argue that humans are in a constant search for meaning, which brings stress and anxiety. Jean-Paul Sartre stated that humans are condemned to be free, meaning they must make choices every moment and bear the responsibility for these choices. This constant necessity to make choices creates significant stress for the individual. Martin Heidegger, with his concept of Dasein, explores the human state of being in the world and the existential anxiety that accompanies it. According to Heidegger, humans experience profound anxiety when confronting the inevitability of death and the transient nature of life. This anxiety can be a driving force in the search for authentic existence. Emotional control plays a critical role in dealing with this existential anxiety. Stoicism is an ancient philosophical movement that emphasizes the importance of emotional control. Stoic philosophers argue that emotions can cloud an individual's rational thinking and thus hinder making the right decisions. Epictetus advises individuals to focus on what they can control and not worry about things beyond their control. This teaching strengthens emotional control and can be effective in stress management. Seneca, in stating, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Real character is shown in adversity," emphasizes that emotional control and resilience reveal an individual's true character. This perspective shows that emotional control is not only a personal virtue but also a social value. Emotional control is deeply connected to human nature, existential condition, and social context. This control means understanding, directing, and managing one's emotions, and plays a critical role in stress management. Philosophical perspectives explain how emotional control functions in the processes of self-realization, dealing with existential anxiety, and internalizing social values. This fundamental aspect of human nature and existence plays a vital role in helping individuals cope with life's difficulties and lead a more balanced life. In conclusion, the question, "Will it matter in 5 years?" is a highly effective tool for managing stress and dealing with challenges. When you understand the power of this simple question, you can manage many stressful situations in your life better and live a more peaceful life. Knowing that most of your problems are temporary and will have little impact in the long run relieves you and helps you find inner peace. Now integrate this method into your life and remember to ask yourself this question whenever you encounter a challenge. Take steps to become a calmer, more conscious, and more peaceful individual in all areas of your life. Remember, finding inner peace and managing stress is within your control. Sto Way. Best life. Basic life.